It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 316.
Special guest in the studio, Ash Williams. How are you, mate?
What's going on?
We laugh. I just wanted to give a really long pause so that someone thought that you guys had fucked up. But we are here. We are at the studio, the Daily Talk Show, episode 316. I haven't missed one, so
good.
It's good to finally be here,
mate. I just saw that you're in Melbourne. You don't actually. You grew up here, right?
Yeah, Camberwell.
And so you now live in Bondi, but I saw that you were floating around and I shot you a little Insta message yesterday and said, mate, you around? You want to come on the show?
Yeah, bro. Well, I only kind of pop in. It's like 3 days is my kind of max. I can handle my mum. No offense to mum. I know she listens to this show, but
big fan.
Yeah. So I'm right at my 3 days at the moment. So I'm out tomorrow.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in. We actually have a few things that we need to first of all apologise for yesterday's show. So you're kind of getting sucked into the vortex.
Oh, please vortex me in. I love a vortex. I fucking miss vortexes.
Number one, Josh opened the show. And you can apologise because I've got to do my one as well.
Well, I said it's a Daily Talk Show, episode 315, and I'm going to whip your ass, which was an Stone Cold Steve Austin reference, but it's actually 316, not 315.
I thought that was a Willow Smith reference. Whip it back and forth. But
no. So it did fall flat.
But the biggest...
well, there's not a live audience, so you wouldn't know. But the biggest... It's really relying on your co-host to laugh.
Well, I kind of was so thrown off. I, first of all, didn't get the reference and didn't get that he made a mistake until he told me after. But I made something fall even flatter than that.
Do you start every show with apologies? No. I'm guessing the apologies will go for a while.
No, we just fucked up. We just fucked up yesterday, Ash.
Well, it's actually the main... They do that at the start of like board meetings and stuff.
Do they?
Apologies today.
Yeah.
Ash can't be here.
Well, we're actually setting up because after I apologise, you've got to now apologise for something after this. So think about it.
I've got an apology.
Okay,
I just remembered I have an apology to make.
Okay, good. April Fool's yesterday. You know when you see things in your peripheral...
Whoa, what was that?
It's another apology for next episode.
In your peripheral vision.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
You know when you see things on the sort of outskirts of your mind?
In the periphery.
Exactly.
Peripheral.
And I think when you're creating content as much as we do, and that's not pumping up our tires, but it's like we're just trying to sort of find content constantly.
Yep.
I saw something come up in my Facebook and I screenshotted it yesterday.
Yep.
And I thought yesterday that Guzmani Gomez was doing a April Fool's where you can go and order a burrito that is completely filled with guacamole. So I thought this was something they'll bring to
You're an idiot.
It was called the all guac. The problem was that Tommy did show us this image where it was like $1, but then in small writing it said it was how many serves?
Yeah,
24
serves at $2 each, which meant you could actually buy this thing
for $48.
So we travelled 20 minutes to Guzmani Gomez. I walked up to the front counter. We had cameras. We had cameras going. Mr. 97's there next to me. Josh is on a long lens.
Oh, I think I saw this on your Instagram.
Yeah, you did. You might have. And I fucked up because it wasn't Guzmani Gomez. The ad was for Mad Mex. And I'd taken these dudes on a wild goose chase.
Oh, no.
And we went to the wrong fast food chain.
So did you then go to Mad Mex?
No, that's what everyone's asking, but I just cut us off. I said, we've wasted two hours. This has got to be the...
Surely you should have gone to Mad Mex. You were that far in. It was like swimming out to save a kid in the deep ocean and you swam halfway.
Well, I sold it to Tommy as failing funny. I'm like, oh, well, that was a fail. That could be...
Yeah.
That's more funny than actually going to Mad Mex now.
Well, life's content. We look at like the...
You know what though? Sorry, Tommy.
No, you go.
Why wouldn't you go to Mad Mex and pick the best content? Then you've got a win-win.
Yeah.
Look, for an extra 45 minutes... You could have got
it's a good
possibly
point.
the best content of the day.
Safe to say, Ash, I was pretty deflated. So we were like, I was like, I'm embarrassed. This was dumb.
Yeah, but everyone fell for an April Fool's yesterday. I mean, like, by the way, Macca's did that too. Macca's did it with the all pickle burger. Really? And everyone's like, I want the all pickle burger, but it was a joke. People were like turning up trying to buy it. So that was a backfire on Macca's. So I think they're now going to start shelving the all pickle burger.
It's a good idea. And they've opened up their podcast today with an apology.
Good, so they should.
What was your apology?
Macca's podcast. I'll get to the apology in a sec, but I want to. So I fell for I should have known. I forgot it was April 1. There was a thing on radio info saying that Ryan Fitzgerald had replaced Eddie Maguire on Triple M.
Yeah, I did see that.
Mate, I'm sitting there at this milk bar. I'm like, oh, this is pretty big. You know what I mean? I texted it through to a couple of buddies and they're like, April Fool's, man. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I knew. But an apology I have to make on my podcast, the Ash Williams Show, is to a foot fan. And apparently, he wants me to do this video where I douse my feet in champagne.
His name's also Josh.
It is Josh. And so I get this DM from him on Friday, like, thousands of DMs saying you were really rude to me on the podcast, and I can't believe you were so rude. And I said, I'll apologise. Okay. So this is the apology. So he's going to try and find it through another podcast, but I'll tease it. I'll tease it on my show.
Yeah, that's nice. And can you just elaborate? I did hear your episode.
Oh, cool, man.
And I heard you talking about that guy, but I was kind of lost because I hadn't heard.
Yeah,
the
dude.
first
I'm
bit.
lost. It's like
what the fuck is a foot? What is this guy's got a foot fetish? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. So this guy, I think, is the same foot dude. The same. A year ago, was a standing on chest guy. A guy who wanted me to stand on his chest for an hour and was going to pay me $1,000
to stand on your
to stand on his chest so that he couldn't breathe. Right, and then it just never happened. The money never appeared in my account. And then this Josh guy's still on me about the foot pics. And now he wants the champagne. And
what do you reckon the champagne thing is about?
Well, it's about New Year's. Because I said for New Year's, I'll put champagne. I don't know. I was fucking talking to him on New Year's Day. It was a low point. And but like, in the comment section on Insta, and you're just getting no traction. And then like Josh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever his name is, writes like, hey man, how are the feet? I'm like, yeah, I'm on board today. Feet are good. And then I said, how about this? For New Year's Day, I will shower my feet in champagne. And so it didn't
even start as a request.
No, I offered it. Yeah, because I was lonely. And now I'm not lonely.
But he was going to give you cash for this, right?
He wants to pay for the champaign.
Okay. And what's he get out of it? I mean, is this a foot fetish? Is this what he's like? Is it something we're into that, right?
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole of rabbit holes. You don't want to get into it, man. It's all these different people, but I reckon it's the same guy. It's this Josh guy, and he only and it's not you, is it?
Yeah,
Josh?
no, it's not. But you said there was two Joshes.
It's like I was listening.
Josh. I was listening last night in bed. And it had cut through. Whenever someone says your name and says it instead of
well, no, a narcissist
it wakes you up.
Immediately thinks it's about him.
But it's just like, it's definitely, it's got more cut through. Definitely.
Absolutely it does. And but what's weird about this Josh character is I said, mate, if you want to transfer the money, here's my BSB and account number, deposit it. But he always wants to do this wireless money.
Well, I've never heard of it, but it's the Combank. Apparently, you can like.
I've done it.
But you see the person or something? He goes,
really?
I think so. He goes, I want to see you. I'm like, mate, this is getting weird.
You see it, Matt?
Oh, because they must send like a security photo, like if you sign for something from Ozpost and the signature.
Nah, I'm pretty sure, like I've done it before. It just sends you a notification on your phone. So if you left your card at home, you're like, boom, ATM, cardless cash ATM. Boom, put your fucking thing in, and then you don't have to have your card. They send you a text, you put in the number, and it shoots out the cash.
Yeah, but that's why I'm just like, mate, I'm going to do it. Just to see if I get the money. And then that's it.
Will you buy the champagne?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do the video.
You'll buy Omni. Some kind of...
Well, I wanted to get a champagne sponsor on board.
Who are you going for?
I just can't be bothered, putting the fucking lure in the water. No, because this would be a deal that would be about $1,000 to $5,000 if I was going to do it properly.
Okay.
And they'd have to pay me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You don't think Moet has the cash?
I don't have a contact for Moet, but I think, they're too high end. I think it'd be a $50 price point champagne.
Mum, you can get $50 for Mum.
On Mum, yeah.
And Mum are kind of cool. Like they seem like they're spending the dollars on the races and shit like that. So I mean, you're not going to get Ace of Spades or any of those big players. You
know what? Though? I'm going to say this: the Mum, the birdcage with marquee at the races is. I'd never want to be seen in there. I think the worst people in Australia hang out in there.
Did you get invited last year?
No, I wasn't invited. I wasn't invited by anyone. So if you are listening to this, I will attend your marquee and only your marquee if you invite me this year.
What do you reckon's worse, the marquee at the races or the Australian Podcast Awards?
Well, I think it's a tough one because I wasn't nominated for some award, even though I forgot about it. It's still
But you also
insulting.
retracted as well.
I retracted our application because we weren't nominated, and I wished everyone luck who also wasn't nominated because it's a bit of pill to swallow when you're not recognised by your peers who you've never met really, and you don't care about. But no. I think the more marquee is still worse.
Really?
Yeah. Just some shocking individuals. I was in there 3 years ago, and when you look around, you're at like an event, and you think, "Fuck." It doesn't get much worse than this.
Yeah.
I need to get out of here. And then you're talking to some guy, and then you get like spotted by someone. And then
Which
you're like,
marquee was it? Which one?
This is Mum.
Mum. Oh, okay.
I turned up to Mum. I wasn't invited. I walked in, and then I saw like a couple of Bachelorette contestants, the dudes, and then just some like try hard radio people. I won't name names. It wasn't you two.
We wouldn't get a fucking invite. No, I've gone. This is how I got into the. What was it? Yeah, I think it might have been the Mum one too. No. What's the big Emirates? No, Emirates. Yeah. So I got into the Emirates. Nick Brax.
Oh yeah, Braxy.
So I know Braxy, and we were going to go together, and then I reckon he pulled the pin because he didn't want to go with me, but he actually gave me the 2 tickets to go.
Why wouldn't he have wanted to go with you?
I don't know. I reckon he's probably just got to the day and it's like, I don't fucking... When I say mates, it's loose. It's you see him at the gym, friends of a friend. We've gone out a couple of times.
Did you ask for the tickets? How did they?
No, he actually said, I can't go, but I can give you the tickets.
When did he say this? The morning of?
2 days before.
Oh, that's plenty of time. That's respectful.
So I took him up, took a mate with me, and it was fucking great. Like, in terms of the first time, you would never go to the I wouldn't go to the races. I don't suggest going to the races unless you have a pass to get somewhere where there's free shit.
Yeah. Is that the only time you've been?
I used to go as a kid. I went to a private school, and all the kids' parents would have what do you call it, car parks.
Oh,
so
the nursery,
the finger food. So it was like,
what does that mean? Sorry, what's that? I went to Glen Eagles in the suburbs.
So where'd you go?
Glen Eagles.
Yeah.
Memmering Secondary College.
No, I know Memmering. Yeah.
So actually, Hallam, where I went for VCE, Grant Denyer went to.
Really?
To Hallam.
Fucking shout out to Grant.
Hallam High?
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking text him. I'll get his number after this. So he's been to Hallam High.
Yeah. Hallam Senior Secondary. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll say, people are loving you.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely had cut through that he was there.
The rich kids' parents had like VRC, Victorian Racing Club, permits or whatever, passes. They paid shitloads of money.
It's for a car park.
And they got a car park. And so on the day of the Melbourne Cup or that racing carnival, all these cars come in, usually Mercedes-Benz full drives, and they crack open the boot, they pull out all their shit, and they've got, finger food, party
it's like
pie,
those US, whatever you call it, what do they call them? The truck gate parties or some shit. You know when they, you know what I mean? They back up their fucking utes at the gridiron.
Yeah, and they do. Yeah.
It's sort of like junior footy. You know, with junior footy where like you'd watch, like I'd watch my brother play football, and my nana would make a sponge or whatever. Yeah. It's like you would be able to open up the four drive.
It's like if rich people did that.
Yeah, but you don't do it for that. It's the chicks.
Yeah, well,
you go from like year 10, so you're about 15.
Yeah,
and also, you don't need IDs. Piss everywhere. You're getting off your fucking face. Yeah. And the hottest chicks from the hottest schools are there. And seriously, the nursery is the place to be from about age 15 to 35. I've only just stopped going there because it was a tradition that we'd always jump the fence. To go to the nursery because we liked the buzz of jumping the fence.
Yeah, we used to do the handing out of, like, say I would have a pass, I'd go in and then I'd give it to someone who's going out that would then swipe it back in. Back then, like, technology wasn't as good, so you could be swiping in and out. So we'd get everyone in to get fucking shit-faced.
Yeah, but that's boring. You want to jump, okay? Because the jumping
What sort of fence is it?
it's a high fence, man. You need to get pretty fucked up beforehand. So we were doing this. We'd meet at Hungry Jack's in like Swanston Street, get like jumbo Fanta, 1 litre vodka between two of us. We'd scull that in the cab, and then we'd turn up. We're fucking jacked. The last time we did this, we were like 31, so not long ago. And
You actually just Ubered it there?
no, Uber wasn't around, so we're in the cab.
Well, I feel like you're getting close to being able to...
Yeah, well, that would have been ideal. So then we get there, and the older you get, the more fired up you have to get.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, we're too old for this, but we've got to do it. And then the adrenaline of actually landing the jump and then running, because security's going to chase you, so you've got to split up.
Okay.
And
How
then-
many of...
It's usually just 2. We've done it with 3 before, and 1 got caught.
Okay.
What happened to it? Just got kicked out. He's
Yeah,
back
he just headlocked and booted. Yeah.
on the train back into Spencer
No,
Street.
but you can jump again. You can try
you
again.
can try.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Well, one time there was a guy who didn't want to jump, and so my mate got his suit jacket and piffed it over the fence and said, "You're jumping now, pal."
Yeah, good idea.
He still didn't jump, but but I remember one time I jumped and I had brand new shoes. And the treading was just so new that I slipped like bowling shoes. And I've gone over, I've ripped my brand new suit all through the knees. It's like 10 a.m. The elbows of my jacket is shredded, blood everywhere.
Oh, no.
I didn't have time to stop because I was being chased. Kept legging it. I'm honestly, I was never faster than this day. I just felt so fast.
You're fired up.
I'm losing the security guard at a rate of knots. Land in some car park, and then I bumped into all of these old schoolmates that I haven't seen in like 15 years, and they're like, Ash Williams? I'm like covered in blood. And then I'm like, can I just hang out in your car park for a bit? And they're like, yeah, sure. So, and then I got booted 5 hours later.
Really?
The guy,
They still
the guy
knew?
found me, and I was like there celebrating, just thinking gold medal around my neck, just like, yeah, this is how you do it.
It's a good stint, 5 hours.
It was still disheartening because I was really lapping it up.
Is this for the Melbourne Cup? When does this actually happen?
This is Melbourne Cup week, so it's. I think this was Derby Day. This is that's the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Were you wearing a Caliber suit? Was that one of your brand deals?
I wasn't in tow with Caliber then. I think it was a terrible suit, whatever it was. I think I bought it for $150.
Man to man.
No, I've never been there.
Good establishment.
Oh, that was I was thinking too. Great TV show, but that was Man Oh Man, hosted by Rob Guest, and the women, if they didn't like the guys, would just push them in the pool. Now
really?
that's a dating show.
Yeah. What year was that, do you reckon?
20 years ago.
Okay.
Few guys drowned.
You're quite good at getting brand deals. Like on your podcast, you kind of
Yeah, it could be better. Could be better.
maybe the sell or maybe the sizzle isn't as much steak as you're actually cooking. Is that
Oh no, I just lose inspiration for the deal. Like I will reel them in.
Yeah.
Put it this way, it's like catching a fish, and they're hooked on the lure, and I'll kind of reel them in for a bit, but I just can't be bothered really putting in the grunt work at the end to get them on the boat.
It's like the footman, Josh. Like you sort of reeled him in.
Yeah.
He's willing to give you the cash, and now you've sort of gone cold.
But remember, that cash is
Cold
not going.
feet.
It's only going to the champagne. I'm not going to come away with any money.
There's a lot of
I'm actually going to
footwork
lose
involved.
money. I've got a brand new deal actually just happened an hour ago.
really? Is this an exclusive?
Kind of. Well, I just said to him, it's a pillow company. I can't say too much, and I said it's going to be. I won't say how much.
Yeah,
but
what
it's
are you
quite
charging?
a lot
No.
of money. It's quite a ridiculous.
I'll
amount.
say $1,500.
That's more than that. And I go, what do you want, man? Do you want to just give me cash or what? And he goes, yeah, I'll give you cash. And then I speak to him the next time and he goes, I want an invoice. I said, that's fair enough. Yeah. Sent him an invoice on Monday. Just got a text from him before saying, can you meet me in Sydney tomorrow? I want to pay you. I'm like thinking, mate, can't you just transfer it?
Yeah.
But you've got to be delicate when you're talking about money. So I said, sure. How did you want to pay? And he said, by check.
Oh,
no.
So I'm going to pick up a check tomorrow.
Well, I think
And it's a long drive. So if he pulls the rug in me again, which he's done before, when he hasn't wanted to pay, I'm fucking.
All I'll say-
I'm not leaving without the check.
put the check in, right? It will clear or it will sort of show up straight away. but then it takes a couple of days if the money's not actually there for them to access. So you just give it a week before no pay, no say.
Yeah.
So until you get that cash, don't say anything.
No, I won't. He knows that. I've said that. I've said I'm not going to plug you. All I say now is pillows. And if you want the branding, I gave him a little bit of sizzle. I was on Nova in Melbourne a week ago, and I pumped his pillows up a bit. Gave him branding.
Good for the category. You're helping the category at this point of pillows. In general.
No, but again, I named the brand.
Oh, really?
And then I told him that, and he goes, "What time was it?" I said, "I don't know, 8:30, Friday morning." And he went on. He went on his computer to track, all the clicks and stuff.
Google Analytics.
Google Analytics, of course. And he's like, "What time again?" I said, 8:30. I don't know. And he goes, "Nah, nothing, nothing at all. It's actually gone down." I'm like,
"Are they the foam material? Are they the foam ones, or what?"
They are. They are. They're better than Dunlopillow.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes them better? This is just practice when you're doing the official live read.
It's the way they're made, because it's all gel and it's good for your neck. They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you're using
memory foam?
I think so.
The problem with foam sometimes is that they don't have the breathability of some other products. So if they're sort of working on that,
it's not egg foam from your local bloody Bunnings. It's like a specific foam.
Yeah.
We've just signed a lease to a new building.
You have.
We're expanding the big media company, Daily Talk Show, and I guess having you on is perfect to sort of understand how we could go about maybe landing a few
deals.
A few deals.
Specifically, before we get to that, what's your deal with Nova? What's the actual?
And then what's your deal just in general?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of fucking questions here, mate. What's my deal with Nova?
Yeah. So they've got don't they have on your actual producer thing it says Nova?
Yeah. It's fucking none of your business, Josh. And what was the other question?
What's going on? No, I want to know.
No, so Nova have a relationship with Acast.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And so I used to work at Nova. It was my last proper job 10 years ago. So I still just kind of walk in there and people still think I work there.
Yeah,
like,
really?
Ash, they're like, it's the same people.
Do you have a card
There's this woman
to
called
get in?
Ryle, right? It's such a tough name. You'll never forget it.
Ryle.
Ryle.
Like Riley. Ryle.
And I lean into her name so confidently because I know it. G'day, Ryle. And I haven't seen her in fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
And she's like, Ash, you're still here. You're still working here. I said, yeah, it's been in one of the booths. How you been? And then so people don't question me. I just walk in and out. So I can record at Nova when I'm in Melbourne. I can record at Nova Sydney too, but I prefer Nova Melbourne.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Sort of. What was the actual deal? Do you work with a sales team or something? Do they help you with ads? I want to know.
I don't even know the answer. I've got to be honest with you.
Is it because Is it because he did quite a big sizzle? I remember you were talking on your podcast probably 3 months back, 4 months back. You were saying got something I can announce pretty soon, and
that was it. But that was already preordained. It was done. The contract was signed. Basically, they sort out my ads, so I now have bookend ads, and one in the middle.
Yeah, okay, sure.
So I've played a lot of ads, basically, and they owe me a bit of cash.
Really? Because I did know, because you said that the couple of ad revenue streams.
Okay, you listen to the pod. See, I forget that I say this. I just...
we're sort of more the hard-hitting...
well, that's why I'm now doing the deal with the pillow company.
Yeah, because they're... So are you saying
emailed,
if Radio Today was to write an article, is Nova not paying Ash?
Please fucking don't.
Is Nova not paying Ash Williams?
They are.
Are they?
No. They are. I'm trying to do that thing where you say yes and then you're like that.
Yeah,
that's purely for the people watching on YouTube.
Is Nova in trouble?
No. Nova's never been better. I don't know. Why am I promoting them? They're not paying me.
No, you're not. We want you to get paid. So what is the arrangement? Are they meant to pay you every 3 months?
It's actually Acast. It's not Nova.
Nova owns
se.
Acast, though?
No, they don't.
Oh, really?
Acast is a separate business and they have exactly a relationship. We're just sorting out the listens of how many people have listened to the ads.
Oh, really?
But it's been a while. I'm like, how long does it take? You know what I
mean? Yeah. What's the, how many times do they have to count that shit? What is the actual, are they doing like dynamic ad insertion where it changes? Like, do you know what the advertisers are going to be?
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, they said to me, obviously a lot of podcasters are
sensitive.
Yeah. And they're, moral and they want, for example, no betting or cigarettes or whatever. I don't know if the people still promote cigarettes on air.
Pretty sure it's illegal, actually.
That's all I promote. I just said to him, like, just fucking everything. There's nothing I won't promote.
Great.
Just get it on the air.
That's probably a point of difference for you then. There's probably a bunch of podcasts who are saying no to things and you're doing a lot of erectile dysfunction.
I don't even know what's playing. Like, I hear a lot of Honda ads.
Okay.
Voiced by my mate Scott McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
Which, ironically, I was meant to be that guy. I was going to be the Scott McGregor character on the Honda ads 2-3 years ago. Up to the point where I was the day before, and I'm like, said to my manager, I said, "Am I doing the Honda commercial tomorrow?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "You better double check that because I haven't got any fucking run sheets." And then she called me back. She said, "No, you're not doing it." So I could have been doing my own Honda ads in my commercial.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a car deal? Because there's always you always see like radio people with bows on their car, and I got this from.
Nah. I've tried that.
Really? You might just have to go further out. Byron Cook, I think he goes to fucking Pakenham to get his car, but he gets a
whereabouts?
Which one? I'm trying to think what it is. It's a
Ringwood Mazda. A lot of people from radio have got those. Kiss FM.
I've been to Ringwood Mazda.
Ringwood Mazda just seem like they love the radio talent.
I think you just go further. If you go further out, you might be able to get a better.
What are they?
I've done that.
What are they getting? What are they actually getting?
I'm going to say this: whoever is giving Byron Cook a car, stop it.
What sort of car? What are you looking for in a car? Would you drive from Sydney to Melbourne in it?
Oh, I've done deals. I've gone to. I used to drive out to Mercedes-Benz in Berwick once a week. I was dealing with this guy, and I put together a presentation. A
deck.
Yeah, something. It was a PowerPoint thing. It was a picture of me, basically, and and then I just said to it was a great idea. Yeah. It was basically, it was called Drive to Work in a Merc.
That's good.
And I drive people to work for free in a Merc.
It's great.
Yeah.
With thanks to Mercedes-Benz Berwick, and then I just film it. This is like 3 years ago, and they're loving it. They're lapping it up. They're like, "This is brilliant." I said, "I fucking know." Yeah. Where are the keys?
Bought a few GoPros for it.
No GoPros. Just like fucking, I'll write a blog on it, and then and then I went out for the third time. Got an Uber out there too, cost a fortune. High risk maneuver. I know, Uber. Bro. I don't, dude. The whole time I was like, in my brain, just like it's worth it. It's gonna be worth it. Just relax. It wasn't worth it. I did an Uber back, and then like the guy called me and said, email me
because you were expecting a car on the way back.
Yeah. I was expecting a car on the way back. I was actually going out there to pick up the keys. Yeah, and then he said, restructuring. It's always a restructuring. So fucking where? Here. I'm like, what? It's not good. No. So anyway, that was it. And then Ringwood Mazda, I drove. That guy's okay.
Yeah.
I did a very similar thing with Ringwood Mazda. I think it was drive to work in a Mazda or something. No, it was called Free Lift Friday, and I would give people free lifts around Melbourne on a Friday.
Yeah,
for free. Yeah, can you believe it? And then I did it for 2 months, and then they said we need the car back because of Japanese financial year. Apparently, Japanese financial year, I've still got the email, finishes in like September or something. And I was talking about this on a podcast I was doing then. And then everyone was emailing me back saying there's no such thing as Japanese financial year.
Oh, fuck.
So it was, is it Daz?
Darren
out there.
Mr. 97, can you look up Japanese?
Israeli financial year is the start of the year. So they
South African. Does Nando's run off that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to talk about Nando's.
Don't we all?
But also,
pass the water, Josh.
I invited the boss of Ringwood Mazda to one of my stand-up shows. And I had this bit where it's like a 5 to 7 minute story. One of my favourite stories of how I crash a car and then I chase this woman, true story, around the streets of Melbourne because the police weren't going to back me up because I'm on the phone to the cops. I'm saying, this chick's hit and run. She's not stopping. And the cop's like, we'll just keep following her. So then I just kept following her and I tell this story. And it's like, and then I basically fuck up this car. I fuck it up. And then...
Because you're on a chase.
Yeah. And like, you know, I embellish a bit, but it doesn't paint me as a good driver
Sure.
or trustworthy. And I forgot that Darren was in the audience from Ringwood Mazda. And I saw him after the show walking out, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, Darren was in the fucking audience. and I still got the keys to the Ringwood Mazda at this stage. That's why I invited him as a goodwill gesture. Yeah. Free tickets for him and his fucking mistress. And so then I'm like really trying to save the day at the front. I'm like, Daz, I've made that story, mate. Absolute bullshit.
It's a bit of gear.
You got to make it up on there. Yes, you know. And he's like, no, all good. Literally the next day, it was 2 days later, I got the Japanese financial year email.
Really?
Yeah.
97. Any word on the Japanese financial year?
Yeah, it's from April to March.
April to March.
April to March.
That's the whole year. It's 12 months.
Sorry, April.
I was going to say, wow.
Through
And
the
then-
next March. Yeah.
Okay,
So
April to March.
Oh,
That doesn't make sense.
Happy Japanese financial year, guys.
Was it April?
It's
Oh my
April
God.
too. Did we miss...
He was either...
Dude, that's well done, Mr.
That's
97.
either an April Fool's joke, and Darren was getting you on an April Fool's piece of gear back then.
It all makes sense though, because
Yeah,
were
it's
you
a tough one.
You would have been doing... Was it Melbourne International
No,
Comedy
I was
Festival
doing
at the
an
time, or-
encore show, which sounds egotistical, but the demand I thought was there. And
What was the venue? Where was that?
Butterfly Club in the city.
Oh yeah, great place.
I did it in August 8. But no, it was good. Big shout out to Daz. But what am I doing at the moment with cars?
What are you driving?
I own the car, BMW X5. It's good.
Okay.
But it's up in Bondi. It's getting a parking ticket as we speak because
Just the one, do you reckon, or do they start to lay them?
I've seen them layered. I thought they'd only do one, but if the car's been there for a while...
No.
Might have
But
a canary on it.
my permit only ran out March 31.
Okay.
So if I was getting layered, I'm pretty stiff.
Well, I reckon they would walk past and just look over and see that it's there and then go, it's just that X5 with
That's true.
With the permit. You'd think that you're just like, you're not even bothering going up. Because they've got the same crew going around Bondi. They're pretty
That's
brutal
true.
there. But then you'd start knowing the track and X5
Well said.
permit, fuck it.
That's true.
So TJ, you were just mentioning to Ash the space
Yeah.
and deals.
Well, what I'm taking is wrapped up in sort of your stories and stuff. Take whatever you can. Is
Yeah, but don't be desperate. You know, you've got to.
Got to have standards.
Well, I read a inspo quote on Insta this morning, and it was something that said, "Direction is more important than pace."
Direction
Okay,
is-
so pick your target. I.e.,
Pakenham.
yeah, Mercedes-Benz Berwick,
Yeah.
and persist until they say no, and then
Just a bit slow.
then you move on.
Slowly.
But I think you've got to have an angle. You've got to have an angle. You guys had Seth Godin on your podcast.
Yeah, we
that's
did,
a big fucking scoop.
Yeah.
It was good.
I read his book yesterday morning.
The whole
This is
thing.
marketing, or which?
I read it. It was his shortest book by a mile, but it was still too long.
Purple Cow.
The dip. It could go for fucking 20 pages. It's okay.
It's about a 2-hour audio book. It's
Yeah.
a nice, easy one.
Yeah. What was it like meeting Seth Godin?
He's everything you think he'll be.
Yeah.
Like what you hear, it's a bizarre thing because what you hear if you watch him speak, online,
Yeah.
or the way you read his words is how he fucking talks to
Yeah.
any question. So if we asked
Yes.
him, how would you go about finding sponsorship to help our new space thrive? He'd
Yeah.
just have some fucking answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you do
yeah.
it? Could you do
Yeah.
that?
Well, I read somewhere today that an inspo quote. No, hang on. Let me do a fucking
this is
Seth
good.
Godin. It's not my area.
We've
I'm
got
much
5
more
minutes for it though.
Mike at
So
Married
go
at
for
First
it.
Sight. Here we go. Yeah. No, I'm not aware of exactly what you're saying, Tom. But you strike an interesting point. I'm loving the podcast at the moment. Yeah, that's it for me.
Well, so I think it's good. Seth is a lot more articulate, to be honest.
He would call me Tom though, I
But
feel.
he also
Did I say Tom?
Yeah.
call me
that's
Tom.
a tick.
But the other thing too is I don't think he would reference anything that you've read he's written probably. Like,
Yeah.
it's got that vibe. He doesn't. I don't get the vibe that Seth Godin is reading other people's shit. It's all in his...
Yeah, all these Insta quotes are parroting other people. When you speak to him, it's like, fuck, he's the dude that came up with that, that bit. What marketers talk about, he's the guy that said it or thought of it.
Yeah.
How long ago was it that you were in LA?
By the way, I'm offended that you thought that Seth Godin was more articulate than my impersonation, Josh. I thought I was very articulate in being Seth Godin then. Okay, I'm fucking thinking about walking off, to be honest.
It was a good first.
Look, mate, you said what you said. But what were you saying? LA, yeah.
When was it? What year were you in LA? How long were you in
2012 to 2014. Yeah, end of 2014. Yeah, but I didn't move back deliberately. I came back for a mate's wedding with the vision of always moving back or going back to LA. And so I was only ever coming back for 10 days. And then I just, you know how it is.
No.
I actually didn't have money for a return fare. I was like $500 short for a one-way ticket back. And then I was like, just got to get that $500 and also not spend any money.
Yeah.
And then I just spent more money and I was like, anyway, I couldn't catch my tail.
And so what happened? Did you have a room over there? Was there stuff? Did you have...
No.
Can you ever visit LA again? Or have you
Good
left?
question. Do you know this answer?
No.
I owe a woman $2,000 US. So I'm prepared to bump into her if I go back. I'm actually going back to LA in 3 months. I've got a date with this chick.
So you've lined it up. That's why you're going.
Yeah, I met her on Insta.
Sounds promising.
No. She said if you're ever in the area, I was like, I can be. Yeah.
This is what we said to Seth Godin. He said, we basically just said, we're going to be in America.
But we weren't planning on being in New York.
Yeah.
But then he said, he initially said, let's do it remote. And I said, it would be actually better to do it in person. We're going to be in New York. I said, we're going to be around October. Let us know the date. And then we booked the flights after he confirmed.
So then he got back to you with the date.
And then I said, okay, Tommy. So we arrived 2 days beforehand.
Yeah.
Fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
And how did you reach him?
Just email. He's very good on email.
I'm gonna fucking find him.
It's not hard.
It's actually, it's quite easy.
He is good. He's about 70% good. Some of his blogs are fucking
30%?
way off. Oh, mate, I read a blog fucking this morning. I was like, mate, you've lost it, pal.
What did he say?
It was shit. Made no sense.
You know what, though? When you do as many as he does...
Oh, no, I get it. You got to
there
churn it out.
There has to be some...
I get it.
Level of shit.
No, I said that. I was like in the back of the Uber and I think I just like let out a
Do you get motion sick when you're reading in the Uber?
No, because I'm on a phone.
Yeah, big baby over here. Same with my wife. They can't be on
What do you mean on the phone? That's how you get sick.
Oh, I thought you was like when you're reading a book. A lot of people get sick when they're reading books in cars.
What's the difference between the book and the phone?
It's a good question, actually. There's definitely an answer.
Just quickly, what is it? What is the answer, do you think?
Oh, I think it's probably something to do with your use to the iPhone.
The bright light?
I don't know.
Maybe there is something there.
I don't fucking care.
The shifting, the moving, I don't know.
Yeah, so what you can't read,
Well, yeah, I can't read for long periods of time, which is good. It means that I sort of control my phone usage.
So I want that.
Only when I'm in a car.
Yeah.
Do you think potentially with the Seth Godin thing, when you feel negatively towards the article, do you ever have a first self-reflection of maybe I'm upset today or I'm projecting?
No. It's all on Seth. No, but he's got enough in the tank for me to go, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Overall.
Yeah. I didn't realize I was doing it. I've stolen a Seth Godin quote and I was using it as my own.
Make some noise?
No, that's not Seth Godin. It's
make a ruckus?
He says that, doesn't he?
He says that.
Make some noise is your version of...
Go out and my second attempt at
Can we just have quiet everywhere? Hang on, I'm just going to bring down... Hang on.
So go out and go out and make a ruckus. Yeah, some applause.
There is, we can give you that.
Please don't. I got applause.
Yeah, we do.
We've got
I played that.
Wow, it was live applause. Yeah.
Okay, so you're fine now. But with this $2,000 that you owe this lady in LA,
what is that about?
What's the deal?
It's a long story, bro.
Yeah, we
were
time.
kind of dating.
Really?
Yeah. And then she was also my pseudo manager.
Okay.
Always dangerous. Was it like a percentage deal sort of thing?
Dude, she kind of just took me under her wing and she's like, oh, you're going to be a star. And I'm like, I know. Then she's like, I want to do this. And then I booked this commercial, and it's weird in America because you've got to pay union fees on some jobs. And I remember I booked this job. I was going to play some warlord fucking dude. And the money was like, whatever, $3,000. But it was fucking $3,000 to pay the union fees.
Really?
So I said, it was actually more. I was gonna make a loss, and I just said, Elizabeth, I'm not doing it. And she said, and I didn't have $3,000. And I said, I'm not doing it. She said, no, I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. And then I said, I'll pay you back.
Judge Judy, it goes that way.
Well, you know what? I want to pay her back. And then I said, I'll pay you back. And then within 2 weeks, I came back to Australia, like literally, and she's like emailing me saying, when are you back? You owe me $2,000. I'm like, hang on, let me get a fucking chance to pay the $2,000. And then another 2 weeks later, the abusive emails started coming, like fucking really hurtful.
Yeah.
And
did it make you feel a bit sick in the stomach getting that, or no?
Oh, I was just like, I thought we were friends. And I'm going to give you the $2,000. I'm not going to fucking run. And I did, but I'm coming back and I'm going to give you the $2,000. And then it got really full on. Like the last email was like,
cease and desist.
You know what? Now you're not getting the $2,000. You've overstepped the line of moral etiquette.
Convenient for you.
Yeah. You fucking, I would win this court case now.
Really?
I can't remember the email. I think I deleted it. But so, when you see an email, you're like, never want to see that again. Very hurtful.
Were you just archive?
Were you staying at her place when you were in LA?
No, we weren't. We weren't having sex. We just pashed a bit.
You can stay at her. Can you not have sex and stay? Like Airbnb is an option.
No, I was staying at my own place in LA at that stage. But
good to know you were just kissing, I guess.
I wanted more.
She wouldn't give it to you. She won't give it to you until you give her the money.
Yeah, no. But this is the thing. When I go back to LA, I'm going to have to give her the $2,000. I think so. I've got to have that ready, and that's $2,000 US. So that's about $3,000.
Yeah.
Is there an apology maybe to Elizabeth, or if we were to do 100%. One, just down the barrel, if you like?
Yeah.
We can.
Elizabeth, if you're watching,
I just spoke over you. Start that again.
Okay. This is like on the Logies. One of my favourite ever TV moments when Gretel Colleen interviews the Asian boy from Home and Away and makes him look down the barrel and say that he loves his girlfriend. Give it a YouTube. It's great to watch.
Oh, great.
Elizabeth, if you're watching, this is not a Taliban video or anything. You may remember me as the guy who owes you $2,000 US. I am that man, and I'm here to tell you that I miss you. I would have loved more to happen between us. I hope you're well. That $2,000 that I owe you is coming, and I'm also coming to LA.
What date are you going to LA?
I don't know. I'm probably not going to go.
Have you been to LA since?
I haven't been back because I've been worried about the visa.
The visa stuff.
Yeah, visa.
What's the visa stuff?
This is not really visa stuff, but I left America with $71 overdraft from Bank of America. So I don't know what that means.
Compound interest.
No, you know what I mean? Like, I know Trump's doing a lot of fucking stuff at the moment, but like, I don't know if there's going to be like, guards waiting for me when I arrive. And
could you not fix
bring
that?
him in? Like, he now owes us fucking like $1 million. I don't know.
Nah, I don't think so.
That would give me anxiety though.
Well, what you can actually do, because your Esther would have run out.
No, but you would be on some sort of working visa.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So that's run out.
So
if he can apply for an Esther, see if it actually goes through.
Well, the Esther would probably say on it, have you worked? Have you had a blah blah? What were you on one of the
O1 visa? Yeah.
Is the O1 the exceptional?
Yeah, exceptional talent. Yeah.
Exceptional talent. Do you remember what you had to? I've had friends who have done that.
I was comedian. Yeah, and it was
the newspaper clippings. And stuff?
It was my whole life. I was compiling my "This Is Your Life" Mike Monroe, and I was the executive producer of my own show. And
what was the biggest get you got in regards to written stories about you?
Probably Peter Hellier.
Yeah. He wrote a story about you?
Yeah, full letter. Everything was letterhead.
Okay. So you
references.
You're getting a bunch of references.
It's letterhead. Yeah. There was no like. What did you say? Stories.
Well, because I know that some people are like, I actually need to show. You need to show that you're.
You've got to get
notable.
fucking media.
Yeah.
So luckily I had some media in the paper. I just
Positive.
Really positive from Lily and Frank. Lily and Frank had plenty of articles about me.
Okay.
Tons actually. It was just Lily and Frank articles, and then
So you got the reference.
I got a reference
Peter
from an old radio boss who just gave me 2 warnings in a week.
Wow, what for?
Oh, you don't want to. I actually can't even talk about that. Serious.
She had a volatile career.
No. It's one. It's something that wouldn't play well today.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
Old
not what
school
you
joke.
think if you're thinking something fucked.
Well, when you can't say it and you set it up like you do,
No, I
that's
know.
where you go.
Take it out. It doesn't sound. This. I'm digging myself a hole.
Have you?
You haven't said the thing, so it's fine. It's completely
I've
fine.
said too much.
Do you? What did they actually say in the reference? Do you remember?
Just Ash is exceptional.
How does Peter know? Peter Hellier.
I worked with Pete on a few shows. He was some stand-up shows, and I did his show. It's a Date on the ABC, and I did one of his Trop Fest films as well. So Pete's always been good. Helped me a lot with stand-up too when I was starting out.
With the $2,000 that you owe Elizabeth and a few other little mistakes, a couple of warnings you've had, do you feel like you've grown up a little bit? Do you look back now and think, I wouldn't do that nowadays? Or actually, this bit isn't funny, I'm probably just a bit of an arsehole?
Beg your pardon?
Maybe I'm just a bit of an arsehole.
Look, mate, in life, you do your best at that point in time. And my intentions are always good. I'm not someone who's going to go and fucking murder someone.
Yeah.
I've always said that. And Elizabeth is getting her money.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I've covered it. I did the message. But I'm a good person.
Yeah.
And that's no further comment.
This wasn't a deposition.
It was more an opportunity. It was mainly an opportunity for you to say, oh yeah, even though I had those 2 warnings, I've changed or whatever.
No, to be honest, my life is getting more crazy.
Why?
Even these stories I've just been telling you, they're like, I haven't thought about them in years.
Yeah.
So, it's good to remember things and you go, oh, that's right, I did that. That's pretty crazy. And then you have another thought and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, that's another story, yeah.
I was a stripper in another life.
Were you?
Yeah, when I was 19, I had a business and I travelled around New Zealand doing stage shows as a stripper. It feels like an out-of-body experience. Like it feels like another, that's not me. Like I feel like, fuck, I don't even like getting my top off.
Yeah.
Like, but in
you
that
do it
time,
a lot in the office though.
Mate, I just got to change my T-shirt into the show T-shirt.
That's his show T-shirt.
Is this your show T-shirt?
Well, I wear white and Josh wears black, and so I come.
That's good.
I was in grey as I got here.
Oh, fair cool.
But I don't even I can't be fucked. Like I've got no interest in getting my top off.
Stripping stuff.
Yeah, but
and
you've given up, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I gave up. But so I look back in that time in my life and go, yeah, it was me, but it was a fucking different version of me. And so now I'm a new version.
You're a dad now.
I'm a dad.
You're a businessman. You're moving into new premises with Josh.
Yeah. I'm a husband.
You've got Mr. 97 that you're fucking
I'm another father
extorting. I hope you're writing everything down, Mr. 97, of everything they say to you and do to you, because they'll fucking burn these pricks.
Ready for the court case.
Absolutely. Yeah. I hope you're not joking too. Yeah.
Last night I was at the I went to the chemist. I bought an asthma pump. I just
Ventolin?
like to Ventolin.
Yeah, it's
I like
best.
to have one in the house. I don't even use it that much, but it's almost a mind thing. It's like if I know something bad went down, I could get it. And so when
For what? Sorry.
for asthma,
Oh, okay.
you
If
or for
something
your
bad-
kids?
for me.
Yeah.
Is it a steroid? I remember
It
hearing
is.
that as a
It
kid,
is
being
a
like,
steroid.
I was worried about man boobs when I was a kid.
Are you
It's
an
a big
asthmatic
sort
too?
of- I had asthma. I don't have it anymore.
No,
It's a contentious issue.
do you have asthma?
Yeah, I'm big asthmatic.
Yeah.
Fucking proud
And
of it.
so you know,
Oh, this is great.
and so you know when
I'm pumped up.
you feel anxious if you don't have one.
Mate, it's great to have a
with the
fucking
accent.
puffer though. You get the puffer there.
Wonder if Ventolin would do a brand deal.
There you go. This is it. We are getting Ventolin on board.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is your best idea
Yeah.
yet, Josh. I'm stealing it. Okay?
What I thought last night is like, there's moments in life where I'm tempted to lie to make my life easier. And one of those is I literally conjured up the story before I went up to the prescriptions counter where you got to get it from behind the counter.
He's not an asthmatic.
I am an asthmatic. But the conversation I hate having with the pharmaceutical person, the pharmacist, is the one around instructions of how to use this fucking thing.
Oh, no.
Bro, I've had asthma since I was 2.
You know how to use it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
And it's like, is it for you? Do you know how to use it? Don't use it like this. Mm-hmm. I had this story where I was like, I'm getting it for my son who's got asthma. And I was just like...
Why'd you say that?
Well, no, I didn't say it, but I had the story. Yeah. So I was ready to lie to avoid this awkward, annoying interaction that you have to have each time you get it, right?
More of a story? I feel like they would ask more questions if it was for your son.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't have to lie. I didn't do it, but I was thinking about lying to make life easier. Those moments, and that's one of them for me where it's like, fuck, what's some way I can get out of having to answer questions because it's like they're getting at me.
Yeah, well, you just answer the truthful way. That was definitely the quickest way.
I didn't have to. He actually didn't ask me any questions. He said,
really?
All he said was, would you like the home brand or whatever it is, the no-name brand?
And did you just say, it's for my son?
Yeah.
Have you ever lied to a pharmacist?
A fucking oath. Are you joking?
I reckon they get lied to a lot.
Honestly, I lie. Just white lies, I call them. But I lied to my brother, who's a medical doctor. I get scripts off him. But I just remember when you're talking about the puff up, the Ventolin, I just remembered that this is a fun trick to play if you're at home or even if you're at work. You get the Ventolin, and no word of a lie, we used to do this as kids, and you stick it up your ass, and then you give it a puff.
What does it do?
It's freezing. And you go, holy shit. And then
does it actually
you pass around?
You did that?
Yeah, me and my brother. He's a doctor now.
Really? Yeah. I think people did it with warts and stuff. I think I remember people using it as a sort of a self-DIY.
Nitrogen.
Can you see that scar? That's from me being a gronk when I was young, spraying an asthma pump onto my hand.
Really?
Stupid move. And I had a scar that was like quite bad for a while.
It's not
Ash's currently
now.
Yeah, he's touching my hand.
There's no fucking scar.
You can see the scar there.
Jesus.
There, see?
Yeah, okay. There's a little bit of scar.
There's a scar.
All right, you won me over. I was going to say there better be a scar. I can't stand people that go, look at my scar. And you're like, where? And they're like, oh, it's a scar. I'm like, fucking, there's not. This really annoys me.
The podcast that you have, the Ash Williams Show, do you think that do you want it to be your full-time shtick, your full-time thing, or do you see it as a side thing to stand up and other ventures?
It's a bit of both. It's just something that I started because I had to do something. And I was doing a few other podcasts, and then we weren't recording as regularly as I would have liked. And then I thought, fuck it, I'll do my own. I've got some stories. And now I just use it as a testing ground for material that may one day parlay into stand-up. And so that's what I'm doing at the moment. I didn't really have a show ready for this year. So I want to have a head start on a show for next year. And I'm just got to sit down and fucking stitch it out. But that's what's great for me with my podcast is I just kind of, you guys are together, which is lovely, but I'm on my own most of the time. So I just yell into a mic and it was boom, do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then do it again. So twice a week.
Tommy and I are both narcissists and we struggle to work with others.
Yep.
Is that something that the Daily Talk Show has been great because we do it as a duo in some regards, but it's been a learning working together. Working together with people versus working on your own. What's your preference?
They're both good fun. I'd say it's easier to do if you're working together. It's like working out at the gym. You're going to do... If you're meeting your mate at 8 a.m. every morning, you're going to work out. Whereas if you're on your own, you go, I might do it later, So it's just about having the deadlines. And that's why me going from, I was doing like one podcast every 10 days to start doing 2 a week. It stretched me a lot. But once you get used to it, it's better for you.
You've built that muscle. On your Instagram, was the thing that you took from Seth Godin, I loved in your bio, it says, I've given myself a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Is that Seth Godin?
No. But
He
he's
talks about picking yourself.
Well, it seems inspired by him because he's all about just choosing yourself. Don't wait till the person.
Definitely not. I wasn't even on board
not.
with Seth Godin then.
Didn't know him.
No. By the way, I can record longer. I'm enjoying
Okay, great.
what we're doing. My tennis game can wait.
Yeah.
Who are you playing with?
I'm playing with a guy called James.
Is he a good tennis
He's
player?
all right. He's all right. Thinks he's better than what he is.
Who's going to win? What's the final
He
score?
should win. He's represented Australia at the moment in the under 40s.
Could we play doubles one day with you guys?
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. No, because I just it's like I don't know, man. It's just like it's no fun for me.
Playing doubles, the team sport thing.
No, it's just like what are you good at? No, seriously.
Fuck.
Well,
I think
you're trying to translate to sport.
No, it doesn't
filming
need to be
stuff.
sport. It can be anything.
Filming stuff,
Filming
computer stuff.
I think like
What's something you're better at than
Walking.
most people?
Walking.
No.
I reckon you'd outwalk majority
Dead
of.
set. Are you actually a walker?
Yes, absolutely. I could
you
outwalk
joking?
you. No,
You're fucking
could-
joking.
I had
You're
a
a walker.
challenge. I had a challenge a year ago to walk. Actually, a year and a half ago to walk 1 million steps in a month.
What is that? How many Ks?
That's 30 kilometers a day.
It's a weird flex,
Walking.
seeing as he didn't
I only did
finish it.
three. I only did three. I only did 3 days because my calf muscle got so tight that my foot became a bit fucked.
I reckon I could outwalk you.
You reckon? What's
Yeah.
just off the top of your head, the number, kilometre? How far could you do?
If it was like, just a walk fest, who can walk the longest
In 24 hours, what could you do?
without cheating?
There's no cheating.
cheating.
You got to walk.
Oh yeah, but there's fucking the walking races or the people cheat.
No,
You get
so it would
disqualified.
be- it wouldn't be
what's
the
their fucking names? You got disqualified from the gold medal. Oh well, that's the thing. I'd remember your name if you didn't cheat.
No, it's not sort of the traditional walking in
Jane
regards
Saville.
to. Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not the how they do the whole ankle. There's rules around it. It was not that. Just sort of a standard walk.
Sure. Yeah, I'd give it a crack. What's your longest walk in the last 6 months that you've done? Because I walked from Southern Cross Station in Victoria to Glenferrie Road, Hawthorn, with a backpack full of microphones. It was quite heavy.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
No, I think I did. I think
I don't think it's nothing.
I think I did
8Ks, 10Ks.
I did
max.
40 kilometers.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I did in London, like when I was over there. I just walked everywhere.
No, you're not properly cooked. Because like there's something wrong with people who can walk that far.
No, I came from
know what I mean?
I came from a golfing background. I've sort of got a golfer's walk,
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah.
quite sort of fast paced.
Yeah, that's like swimmers. There's something wrong with swimmers too. I don't want to like ostracize every sport.
Athlete,
yeah, but it's a bit weird.
Is tennis always been like a thing that you've done, or is
Yeah.
this since?
Yeah, no, I was close to turning pro.
Really?
Yeah. Read the Fitness First magazine. I'll give it to you. I fucking. By the way, I've been,
Misquoted 10 times.
dude. I've got the email.
Was it
I'll
because
say
a
it here.
PT fucking interviewed you?
I'll
or
say
what's-
it here because I don't think anyone will see this.
You'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised.
Elizabeth's going to say it. I'm
Well, if
gonna
Elizabeth
track her
says something
down.
good, I get an email saying, "I hope you don't mind. I've made up some quotes. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I've made up some quotes that you'd say.
that you'd say.
What the fuck? Who does that?
He paraphrased.
So then I said, no, don't do that. I will make up my own quotes and I will send back the edited copy.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, great, received all good. And then it comes out and all of his quotes are in there.
Jeez.
And then I text, it was too late. I emailed him.
What was the most
what happened
outrageous?
to my quotes? And he said, my quotes were better. I'm like, but they're not real.
Your quotes
I
are
would never
yours.
say that. Like, they make no sense.
So what
they
we're talking
make no sense.
What we're talking about is at Fitness First, big chain here. It's actually a global chain.
It's my gym, actually. It's the gym
He's got
I
a
go to.
membership.
Oh, good.
Beg your pardon?
He's got a membership.
It's my gym, yes.
Yeah. And so this is where I go to.
Yep.
I frequent. And I frequently see your fucking scone as I walk in on the section. There's you are on the front cover
Yeah.
of
I've
the
been
Fitness
seeing it
First
for the last few
magazine.
days. Every time
Can
I
you
walk
fucking
in.
Instagram or something?
Yeah.
I'm getting no traction off it. I got to tell you, nothing.
I did think if you didn't get a free lifetime membership,
No, I've got nothing. I'm paying.
you paid to be on the front cover.
No. I'm paying to be a member of Fitness First. I should actually ask them because there's a special section at the gym where I go which is only for VIPs. And when I say VIPs, it's like Todd Sampson, I've seen in there.
Oh, yeah?
Tim Robards.
This is in Sydney?
In Sydney, and there was one other guy. And once I got in there, once my scanner worked, and I was like, my fucking scanner works. And then I went back the next day and it didn't work. I was like, fuck. And then I walked. Anyway.
What was in there? It sounds like there'd be just a big orgy or something.
There's a TV. It's basically like a brothel.
Yeah.
Without
the
women. Yeah. And
what'd you see?
Just dudes loving it.
Todd Sampson doing the Rubik's Cube on the...
I saw Todd Sampson.
He's a lean
he didn't look like he wanted to talk,
really?
To be fair to him. Nah, he looked pretty standoffish. Fully erect.
So what did you get out of it?
Nothing.
They paid you some cash.
I've got no money. No, it's fucking free.
Really?
PR.
They came to you
Free
with
membership.
an email?
Come on.
Dude, I'm fired up after this.
You're getting on the phone?
No, I'm going to call them.
Who do you? What's the contact? Is it like a comms department? Is it?
I'm going to talk to the head of Fitness First. Do you know what's funny though? Years ago, I don't know if I've ever spoken about this. I used to work. We've got to really quickly talk about Nando's and your deals too, though. But like, I used to work at Fitness First in Perth because I was over there. Actually, that was my first foray into show business. I was a G-string waiter, and then before I was a G-string waiter, I was working at Fitness First as a membership consultant, where you sell the gym memberships. Right?
Yeah, it's a hard task.
It's bullshit. But your first month, there's no quotas, so you don't need to sell anything. Right? And everything you sell, you get to keep. Right, so it's a retainer plus sales. So my plan was to work there for 5 to 6 weeks until they find out that I've been lying to all the customers. So I'm like, come in, and then I'm like, this is the solarium, and there's just this door, and I go, it's locked at the moment. Someone's using it. And they're like, well, there's a free solarium. I said, yeah. You just come in and ask for me. I'll give you tokens. And then I'm like, I made up all this other stuff too. I was like, so let's sign in.
Do you see it as content as well? Like
not when you do. I was 21.
So at that point, it's literally just
survival. Yeah. Survival. And then I'd get calls going, it's like fucking,
the solarium's down.
Eric's at reception for you. He's asking about the tokens. And I'm like, tell him I'm not here. And then
they're in my second drawer.
But then I got walked into Fitness. You know when you know you're going to get fired? There's just you have a feeling that day. Have you ever been fired?
I've been very close to it.
You just know. Like, you know it's like, fuck.
2 warnings just in. Yeah.
This was no warnings. This was just a straight firing. I don't even think that they're allowed to do that. And I walked into this fucking dude's office, Andrew, piece of shit.
I hope this all made the Fitness First mag.
I'm just quoting exactly from the article.
Do you reckon Andrew's fucking spewing? Do you reckon he got the delivery of the magazine?
Dude, I reckon that's what I was thinking. This is like the perfect storm. Like he's like, that's the guy I fucking fired in the showers. He fired me in the showers.
And so what happened?
We took a shower together, and then we're out. No, not in the same shower. And and then he walks out. And he goes, "I need to talk to you." I said, "About the tokens?" And he's like, "Yeah, the tokens." He goes, people aren't happy. I said, and I go, yeah. And I just was so sick of working there anyway. And he goes, yeah, you're fired. I said, fucking no worries. I said, can I still do a workout? He goes, yeah. Do one more workout. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's at that point you don't go back, I guess.
I saw him. I saw Andrew about 2 years ago.
At the photo shoot for the Fitness First.
I know, right? This is another Fitness First, and he kept looking at me, and I was like,
he knew who you were.
Yeah. And I was like, he definitely knew who I was, but I don't think he knew that I knew who he was, and I knew. And because
you're very good with names, I feel like that's a quality of yours.
Yeah, I've just always been good at names. Kind of had a comp going when I was 16 with a mate at school.
What was his name?
Ollie, who could name everyone in the school and name which house they were in. Right,
that's pretty solid.
And I can still to this day, your schoolhouse. Not their home address. And still to this day, people I'll see like someone who I went to school with and they'll be like, Dominic Mendonça. And I go, Bellarmine.
Could you do 5 for us? 5 names with their houses now, just as a bit of a...
I mean, I don't really want to.
Is it one of the things that you see their
You're not
face?
going to be impressed because I could just say anything.
No, I would actually still be impressed.
No, next question.
I thought that was one of my.
It's one of those ones
best.
where you see. I'm surprised. We bumped into someone yesterday. I haven't seen them in years, and I just saw their face and the name came to me. I'd forgotten who they were since I last saw them.
That's it.
You know, but it's like one of those things. Do you have that too? You see the person, you're like, boom.
Yeah,
just
sometimes it won't come to you, but just release it. It'll come to you.
Yeah.
It's very Marie Kondo of you.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
I've never seen Marie Kondo.
Really?
What's your room like? What's your
What the fuck?
Just the state. Like, are you a clean
messy,
dude?
mate. It's messy.
Are you a messy dude?
It's messy. But like yesterday, I couldn't remember my ex-girlfriend's phone number, and I was like, "What is it again?" And
Why'd you need it?
it's just always good to know, and and I don't keep it in my phone because like if you're drunk, it's too easy to text. So I'm like, I've got to have the cognizance to know it, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Is she from Melbourne?
yeah, she's from Melbourne.
Okay.
And then
And you're down in town.
in town, and then I woke up and I was like, fucking can't remember the number. And I was like, just relax, buddy, just relax. It'll come to you. I went and made a Makona, and then sure enough, Yahtzee got the full number, and in she goes. Still there.
Makona. Is Makona a
Makona are
sponsor?
not a sponsor, and I'm going to stop plugging them too because they are dogs and they don't get back tomorrow. I do want to sponsor and shout out to. Actually, no, that deal's not done. I'll come on the show again.
No pay, no say is the mantra we have here.
And you guys are working with Nando's?
Well, they're one of our clients. That we have our production company through Big Media Company that we work closely with them.
So we do video content for them. The big shift is going to be when we say, "Hey, just sponsor us, and we'll do stuff on the show." Be like, "Hey, I'm enjoying my peri peri chips."
You should.
And they pay us $5,000. So,
It sounds like a good deal for them.
yeah,
You know what? You want a free tip? You should be using this back shit as
sponsorship.
sponsorship.
Well,
Sponsorship.
Loscam pays $10,000.
You joking?
An app.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say. I didn't know what the Loscam was.
All right. Finish with top 5 tips for us to get some sponsorship for our new headquarters.
Sure, you
hang
didn't
on.
want to do the
I wanna
school
be
names and
introduced.
houses? Was that what?
I'm not doing the houses. I'll do one. James Ralph, Claver. There you go.
Solid.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
97, confirm that, please.
Imagine if James Ralph is watching.
Really funny. He would be. I reckon he would be.
A bit of a pervert.
Statistic.
No. But
Do we get from what Ash says? Do we go down with Ash for producing the show? Do we know?
no, I've been okay today. I think.
Okay.
The Nando's thing. I want an introduction to Nando's because I eat there when I'm in Melbourne. I eat there every night. Like every night, so much so that the guy at Nando's Burke Street, I call up and he goes, "Yes, Ash." His name's Victor. Victor goes, "Yes, Ash, it's Victor. I know chicken supreme wrap, and you want the feta salad with extra tenderloins." And I'm like, "Oh, this is pathetic that you know my name."
And you actually call them directly and then go pick it up?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Just walk
solid.
in.
That's
Yeah.
great.
But that just shows you how much I go there.
Well, you said that your body, your rig for the Fitness First shoot, that was built by Nando's.
Built by Nando's. Yeah, I should have fucking plugged them. But
the bloke wouldn't have put your quote in there anyway.
What sort of
No.
basting do you like?
I like. It's a good question. I like mild or hot.
What's the diff? Why do you?
Just
Why
mix it
would you
up.
go hot? What do
You
you
just want a bit more like spice in it.
Yeah.
It does make sense. Yeah. It makes a lot
Well, I
of
mean,
sense.
if you get, like, I'm hot every time. There's no time that I'd ever go, I just want
Interesting.
something a bit
No,
mild. Like, I just want to
sometimes.
take the fucking power out of the chicken.
But what about on a hot day? Say it's
Hot.
40 degrees. Yeah,
Nando's offer air conditioning.
that's
in
true.
their
The
store.
air conditioning is excellent. Sometimes though, I just don't have the energy to deal
Yeah.
with the chili.
You've read a bad Seth Godin blog.
Yeah,
You're in the
you're
car.
rattled.
You just medium today, mate.
You've forgotten your
Just
ex-girlfriend's number. You're at Nando's. You're a bit shitty.
yeah. No, I just tested myself to see if I still remembered her number, and I do.
Should we call it? We can run phone
please
calls through this.
But imagine if you could pull
We can.
thoughts from people and you could just go, no, bad luck.
Yeah.
Robot. She's on the line. Hello. Hey, babe.
Really. Is that an invent? You should definitely patent that invention. It's quite good.
Yeah. Be pretty good, actually. So the 5 tips?
Yes, 5 tips. securing some brand deals for our expansion. What do you reckon?
Know your brand first.
Great.
KNOW.
Yep. Yes.
Not no apostrophe your brand, because it doesn't really make sense.
No apostrophe.
NO. I was just know your brand. We should
That
know
would be now,
our.
wouldn't it?
No, if it was NO, comma.
No
your
brand. No, your brand.
Know your brand.
Yeah.
So know your brand.
Fucking shut up, Josh. You're confusing me now. I'm like, what did I say?
Know your brand.
Know your brand.
Okay. So just clarifying. K. I'm just going to spell out all of my words. KNOYO.
No, W. Okay.
You're really
Don't
throwing
spell.
him down the hole.
Don't spell.
Okay, number one.
No, just
know your
just
brand.
spelling.
Know your brand.
Well, Seth Godin just released a blog about how he's some mob are not doing vowels in their fucking WordPress. So Seth Godin's whole blog was missing vowels.
Ah, interesting.
It was
You don't
fucking
need
annoying.
vowels.
Oh, no, trust me, mate. And then in the blog, it said, read below's blog without vowels. And then he finished with no thanks or something. I was like,
So you liked that as a blog post?
no,
or
it's the worst
Okay.
yet.
All right. He's a bit of a geek. He likes going.
Yeah. So second tip, who do you want to work with?
Rhetorical question.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Ask yourself each day.
Know your brand.
Know your brand. Who do you want to work with?
Yeah.
Third tip, come up with an angle.
Right.
Okay. Angle.
Everything needs the angle. Is it?
But a good angle, not a fucking shit angle.
Is the angle in the name like the
No.
Mercedes-Benz?
No,
one, or
the name is just sprinkled to the cake. You need to have a good cake.
Is that
or
another one? 4?
icing to the cake, whatever.
Yeah.
Huh?
Was that number 4?
That's 4.
You need icing on the cake.
No, that's not 4. Fucking hell,
Okay,
Josh.
we're at 4.
Back to 4. 4. There's only 4 tips, by the way.
Right, that's fine. I'll settle.
No, last tip. Find the right person to contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who is that usually?
Do your research. Number 5.
That's very, very good. I've asked many people who have had on the show. I've got a lot of pushback to going to a psychologist, and so I've been asking people whether they've had experience with therapists or psychologists and what it's been like. Have you been one to go to a therapist?
No, but I'm not against it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very full-on question
Yeah, it is.
to close with.
Yeah, that's how we like to close.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about, maybe you're in the same camp, is it like, what are they going to offer? Like, what's their value prop versus listening to an audio book on how to win friends and influence people?
Oh, mate, I think everyone's different. I think if you can get more in touch with who you are, then it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think you can tap into some material as well. If you're in the right headspace, then you're going to get more material. So yeah, man. I don't think I think it's good that we're
outside of doing it for content, would you?
Oh, would I do it for content?
No, outside of because you said you're getting material.
Isn't it? I do a show on my psychologist.
Yeah.
When you say material, are you meaning content or material on yourself? Or
No,
are you
I'm
getting
saying content.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll
You
do
know
it
what I mean?
mainly
It's like anything. It's like
Well, you realise your flaws and you sort of flaunt them because you embrace your everything. You embrace who you are, your downfalls, your fucking wins.
Yeah. It's good. You got to. I mean, everyone's different. I'm very open, but and whatever you can do to be more open, I think.
Is there a risk in being too open? Have you ever said? You seem like the type of guy who is so open.
The 2 warnings at Nova.
Yeah,
but that was good fun.
Are there moments where you're like, oh, I wish I didn't say that, or it seems like you just sort of.
All you're learning, actually, just learn. Of course, you say things that you sometimes shouldn't say, but you learn. We all make mistakes. I've really sounding very mature as we end in this podcast, but you just fucking have a swing. I mean, at the end of the day, who fucking cares? It doesn't really matter. As long as you're not really hurting anyone, and I go back to murdering people, and you're not doing that, and you're not offending too many people, you're going to offend someone.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a comedians. There's a high chance you will offend people.
Yeah, I like it when people I get a reaction of something.
Yeah.
But the last thing I want to be is middle of the road where I'm not offending anyone.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, Ash Williams, he's not murdering anyone. You've got
so what's this? So you're seeing a psychologist at the moment?
No, I haven't. But my girlfriend and Tommy, all these people are saying, you should give it a crack.
Yeah. Relationship counselling?
No, just
personal.
Because I use Brie, my girlfriend, her psychologist, as sort of a proxy. I said, what did Ruth, your psychologist, say about me doing that?
Sure.
She's like, she thought it was fine. So, okay, good.
He's the kind of guy.
It's actually pretty good. You're getting free psychology.
Yeah. I was like, but I see the narcissism in, because I'll call Brie after and I said, like, did you mention the podcast?
Did you mention this? Yeah. I've got some questions. Can you ask this?
Yeah. Has Ruth listened to the podcast? And Brie said, no, she hasn't listened to the podcast.
At the end of the day, too, you got to remember, too, psychologists are just people as well.
And that's a slight concern I have with them.
You're right.
Because they are people, and I feel like there is that people pleasing where I just want them to listen to my podcast.
Yeah, but I think people, not all of them, but you think they've got all the answers. They're just doing their best, and they've got their own issues as well. I know a psychologist, a friend of a friend, and she got some troubles.
Yeah. Really, she's fucked up. But it doesn't. It's like the fat personal trainer. There is something that they can offer somebody.
Well, I yelled at a PT once because he said, do you want abs or not? And I said, you don't fucking have abs. That's my response.
It's a good response.
Yeah. Well, it was annoying because it was a contra deal.
And what did he say to that?
Well, he was fine with it. We actually had a contra deal going where I did film. This was 10 years ago, and I would do filming for him in exchange for PT. But then it just turned into me doing filming because I didn't do the PT. So it didn't really work out.
Right.
He got a lot of great videos, though.
It sounds like a better deal for him.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Yeah,
absolutely. As the master of the deal, that you are.
Yeah. Well, and just in closing, my ex-girlfriend, whose number I remember, she wanted me to go to relationship counselling with her. Mm-hmm. And we'd only been together for like a month, and she's like, well, I think we should go to a counsellor. I'm like, what do you mean?
That's pretty.
I haven't met your parents, so we just got to fucking.
That's pretty keen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never went.
I've been with my wife, relationship counselling.
Yeah.
We were dating then. We weren't married yet, but it was nice.
Absolutely.
There's something to learn from it. I think that's the thing. You can't have some formed opinion or answers, and you don't know the answers. They don't know the answers, but it's a conversation that could lead to some answers.
Also, what you're trying to understand, when we're emotional, we're irrational. And when you're in a relationship, all it is emotions.
Yeah.
So if you can defuse yourself from the emotion, and that's why talking to someone like that can be good, because then you finally understand your wife or your girlfriend, and you go, fuck, that's why you do that. Oh, that's why you're upset, because I said that? Fuck. Oh, okay.
And you don't know what you don't know, Josh. And I know you think you know a lot. And so when you think you know what they're going to say, all the answers, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you may walk away from and go, fuck, I didn't know that, and now I realise that.
I think there'd be a part of it, though, that I would be, especially in like the couple situation, where I would not treat it like a debate, not that sort of antagonistic, but I would definitely be trying to sway, like to be liked. I feel like there is an inclination where I'm like, I want to frame this in a way by being overly self-aware. So I'm like, oh yeah, I know I'm going to tell you everything bad about me, and then I'm going to say like,
there's a high chance if you're in a relationship and you're both fucked up and you got issues, whatever it is, if you both worked on yourselves,
it would sort of sort out.
It will help. It will assist the relationship in some ways. So I don't think you start with one-on-one counselling.
Yeah, but it's a process. It's a process. It's like you forget what you learned the day before.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I'm sure you and your wife, Tommy, you have a great day and you understand, and then the next day or a week later you're like, oh yeah, you forget because life gets in the way and stuff. But that's why I think it's a process that you've always got to be kind of having your foot on the pedal a bit and making progress and then moving forwards together. Don't be idle.
Do you feel like you're self-aware?
Yeah, I do. But being in relationships is tough, mate. It's tough.
Well, like it's the time you have to consider someone else. It's hard going from a long stint of being single to being in a relationship. It's hard going from being just a boyfriend girlfriend to a marriage. There's a different feel. There's a different level of commitment that maybe I put it on myself, but there definitely is that you're working through things in different stages. And even when you are with somebody, there's a level of working. There's a level of working out how you both work together, how you work alone, why you do that.
I love it.
Do you have any dating advice? So very quickly,
Yes,
Mr. 97 specifically. So he was on a podcast. We got
I saw it. You were trying to give him a route or something.
Yeah, a date. We're staying with a date. So our friend Shameless, they've got a podcast.
Shameless. Yeah, a big following. Yeah.
And so they did a video doing a call out. Mr. 97 had never been on a date up until this year. He went on his first date based on our doing. I'd like to say.
Yeah.
And so where are we at 97 with your dating? So you've been on how many dates?
2.
Okay, 2.
Yeah, with the same chick?
No. 2 different.
Okay. And have you kissed any of them?
No.
How old are you?
19.
That's normal. That's normal, bro. Have you ever kissed a girl before?
No.
Dude, I'm shocked by this. You're a good-looking guy.
He's a handsome
You're
rooster.
like a Mormon family or something, you know? No, seriously. You come from like a sheltered upbringing or something?
No.
What the fuck? You definitely don't have older siblings.
No, I got one older sibling, yeah.
Sister.
Older brother.
What the fuck's his story?
2 relationships. 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, interesting. Is he way older than you?
Nah, 1 year.
He's a fucking idiot. So, mate,
What's the advice? So can you play the big brother maybe to Mr. 97
Well, that's the
and his
problem.
bro?
He's not old. He needs to be at least 2 years older.
For what?
I don't
you
know.
got
Just
planned?
be like fucking kind of pre-paving the path for you.
Okay, the bro. Yeah. So you can do that.
There's no rush.
Yep.
I'm kind of in your position. I'm 37.
And you've never kissed.
No, I've kissed a girl.
Elizabeth.
But like I'm still single. Elizabeth, I kissed. Absolutely. So great times, actually. Just remembered it. But
you weren't living together.
we weren't living together.
Or having
She's
sex.
a great person, though. I do want to say that.
Yeah.
And
Just very quickly on that, the 2000 US, when you were there, the Australian dollar was probably strong. So it would have been
2012,
near
it was parity. Yeah.
that was shit. Because this was 2014.
Okay. So it was, because I was saying that it's the longer you wait, the worse the dollar's going to.
Yeah, no. So she really gave like $3,000.
Okay. Back to 97.
So you don't feel like you have to rush.
Yeah.
Just relax. And then just when you meet the right girl, you're good. You know what I mean? There's no rush.
How do you know when you found the right girl?
You'll I was gonna say you'll feel it, but you should go on Married at First Sight. That would be a great instead of a
horrendous
guy
idea.
who hasn't had sex, a guy who hasn't kissed a chick.
And so what's the advice for the guy that hasn't kissed a chick in terms of in that
Dude, you've got to learn it yourself. It's like anything. It's like riding a bike. You've just got to learn it yourself and find what you like and what you don't like. And again, you're always...
Where does he find a bike, though? That's the question.
It's a wrong analogy, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know where the bikes are kept, but just fucking, I don't know, bro.
You got to go to the tennis, but very quickly, The Bachelor. What was that deal gone wrong?
Oh, there's not much to it. They were keen to make me the Bachelor, and then they were keen again, and I flew to Sydney, did some screen tests, and I thought I was going to be the Bachelor, and then just phone went dead. That's it.
Who got it at that time?
Honey Badger.
Honey
So it
Badger.
was-
Okay.
TJ, are we
Last
allowed
year.
to say Tommy D nearly got it?
Oh yeah, so this was the Tim Robards. I reckon now everyone's got a mate that was almost the Bachelor.
Dude, everyone. That's why it's like, yeah, I'm never
Everyone
talking
at
about it ever
Fitness
again.
First.
Yeah.
But my mate Tommy was
Tommy
almo-
Davidson.
Yeah, he was almost first season before they'd brought it back to life. He almost got. He even is a bit of a same look as Tim Robards.
Absolutely.
Who's the guy you saw in the VIP section?
Yeah, Tom
Of
Davidson is very, very handsome.
He's a handsome fucker.
Is he still single?
Not sure. No, he is.
Is it public knowledge that he's moving? Or
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Moving where?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Is he moving or not?
He might be.
Is it public knowledge that he's moving?
To
And he's
Germany,
not moving?
maybe.
Oh, right, okay. So
You're almost
is
the Bachelor.
he gay?
No.
No. I've heard.
Are you gay?
Nah. I mean, I kind of wish I was.
Yeah, why? I mean, you worked in it. You had it all in the palm of your hand.
I would be, mate. I would
working
be.
in-
I've always said I would be so fucking famous if I was gay.
Really?
I would be
all
bigger
it
than
takes-
Joel Creasy. Joel Creasy wouldn't have been on I'm a Celeb. I would have been on. Joel Creasy wouldn't have a career.
Have you ever thought you were gay?
I wouldn't be here on this podcast.
Wait, you worked in a gay bar as a G-string waiter?
Yeah. Dude, I've done a lot of things. Yeah, I was a G-string waiter.
Is there a moment where you're going, I might be gay?
No. Oh, the closest I've ever come to feeling gay was when I was like 10 years old.
Okay.
I was 10 and I saw my mate naked and I was like, that's a pretty nice dick. and then I think I got a bit of I chased him around the bedroom.
Really?
Yeah. And like,
when you're younger, you do some.
Fucking oath, mate. But he was like, get off me. And like, you know, there wasn't that much publicity about being gay back then, but I was really chasing him and I was fucking pretty keen to catch him. And he's like, and then in my head I was thinking, it's weird that I'm like, really wanted to chase him. I was quite revved up to like hormonally wanted to definitely touch his dick or something.
Yeah.
And then we chased around for a bit and then he's like, I caught him and then and I think I just cuddled him for a bit. And I was like, I was thinking I'd probably go. Yeah. And then, but then a few years later, just kind of forgot about the chasing.
When I was 14, it's been a story on the show. We've sort of created a bit of a story arc around it. But when I was 14, my sex ed teacher, who was an older lady, said she wanted to give us the full scope of sex education, which included telling us about men having a G spot in their ass. And I actually went home into the shower and put a squeegee in my ass to try and find the G spot.
Are you the wrong tool to use?
What would you suggest?
How old were you?
I was 14.
Yeah, it's cool. Did you get it out?
Yeah. Bit of shower gel.
I do it. I mean, everyone's done that. I haven't done it with a fucking squeegee, but yeah, you fucking stick your fingers up occasionally, check it out. And
have you used any item outside of your own fingers?
No.
Okay.
I'm not big on that. Like, you know, some girls have,
I haven't done it. It's definitely.
No, I'm just not into it. Girls sometimes do it. Girls I know. And, you know, it was like, no, don't do it. We used to play a game in the bath, actually, me and my brother. And it was, we were very young. Let me just preface this story. Probably 8, I think. And he was, 3. And no, he was 6. So it was 8 and 6. And we used to play a game, who can get each other's fingers up the other person's ass. The furthest. Yeah. And I won that game.
Really? As in your ass or your finger?
No. I got
you got your finger
in the bath, and I gave my brother. I said, mate, your turn. And then
he's now a doctor.
He's a medical doctor. And then honestly, I just couldn't believe how far I got my fingers in.
This is as you get older, it's the Wet Willy Game. Yeah, it's just.
Well, you just don't know that. When you're young, you don't know.
You're not meant to do that.
Of course.
Yeah. You're like, there's a hole, I have a finger, you can, very keen.
Yeah. Mate, my brother told this story at my wedding.
Here we go. Oh, yes.
I do you remember waking up with a vicious stiffy? And it was called stiffy back then.
An erection.
Yeah, an erection. You just wake up as a kid. I mean, it still happens now, but back then it was like worse. Just wake up. And I couldn't get it down. And my brother tells the story of seeing Dad and me out in the backyard, and he's got the hose and he's hosing down my dick.
Because you were panicked.
Because I was stressed. I had a ripper boner.
And how old were you?
Oh, 3, 4. Dude, I've got a 2-year-old kid. He's getting hard-ons. It is the most bizarre thing on earth.
Yeah, right.
And so it starts young for boys.
Do you reckon it's a Jacket trait, though? I feel like you are quite obsessed with Bodie's dick. In regards to...
Never say that sentence ever again.
But you do. Yeah. You sort of...
Yeah. I think I'm a man-child, so I'm still a kid, and I have a baby. It's fucking crazy. And so when I'm doing... I change his nappy.
It feels like his dick's your dick in some regard.
It's bizarre. Yeah. So you're 2, and you know that this thing down there does something. And so he's tickling it and he gets himself hard. I came into the shower. I came into the fucking shower. He had my electric toothbrush holding it on his dick. So he's learning.
Fucking sick.
He's learning that vibration makes it feel all right. And I have to ignore it. I'm just like, nobody. So I'm just I try and get him
Buddy.
away.
Yeah, he's
But his
right.
name's
He's-
Bodie.
Yeah, I know, Buddy. Okay.
No Bodie. So
okay.
it's maybe it is a jacket thing.
Yeah, it definitely has that vibe. So any
Kids are
final
right though. Kids are right.
Yeah.
back to 97. Any other advice for him in regards to dating?
Get out there. Get out there.
If this date 2 went really well, should he just pursue that date now? Should he go on a second date? Both dates he's gone to the houses of the people and he's cooked for them.
You've done what? This isn't fucking Queer Eye for a Straight Guy. It's like, or Aristos, surprise chef.
I remember that old
He's just
show.
turning up to fucking women's houses that he meets in supermarkets.
He thinks that it's easier than going to cafes because cafes. What was the reasoning?
You have to talk the whole time.
Yeah, where it's like when
Whereas
you're cooking.
like cooking and going to the supermarket, it's all normal stuff. So it's not that hard. It's easy.
So
So
then
you're doing something. You're like,
Yeah,
you've
so
got
you
an
shop-
action.
we're both doing something. It's
shops
like,
for the
it's-
groceries, then goes cooking.
So you shop together.
Yeah.
It is Aristos. This is your Aristos.
I don't know that reference.
It's an old TV
Dude,
show, Aristos Surprise
Aristos would
Chef.
go up to women in supermarkets and go, what's in your basket? And let you go carrot, eggplant, and a bit of tomato paste. Oh, but I come back to your place and I'll whip you up what's in your basket.
Who's the Aussie guy that does it now?
No one.
in the US. It's on in the
right.
US.
Okay.
Curtis Stone?
Curtis Stone.
Oh, yeah,
It is
yeah.
Oh,
Curtis
does he
Stone.
do that? Okay. Anyway, Aristos was.
So he's pulling the Aristos.
So look, yeah. Okay, to use that strategy, then you can go for a walk together. That's always good. Go for a drive together if you drive.
He doesn't drive yet.
doesn't have his license.
Skybus is always good.
Just to the airport.
Go to the airport and back. Just get.
It's a round trip.
Plane watching is actually quite nice
You need a cat. You're not catching. You're a loser if you're getting the sky bus
because
to
then
do
you have to
plane
get
watching.
an Uber to the sort of the spot.
Or dangerously walk along the highway.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I've had federal police stop me filming near the airport.
Oh really?
Yeah. Anyway.
So
Any
but
other?
you're not calling yourself Mr. 97 to the girls, are you?
No.
His
don't do
Instagram
that.
account.
It's,
His
you
Instagram.
sound like Buddy Franklin or something. It's like, it's a tough reference, but he had a good year, if you know what I mean.
Triple figure.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, well,
Well, you do some research on that.
yeah. Do you know what? It's we're safe talking about it because he got triple figures in a few things, but yeah, just good luck. Just good luck. There's no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
Just get out there, meet people. You're developing as a person. Even though I've just met you, mate, you seem lovely, and have fun. You know, you don't need to be passionate them, and don't feel the pressure to have sex and all that stuff. It's like just get to know them, and then, yeah, man, that's all I'd say.
Great.
Yeah,
It's a daily talk show. Ash Williams, the Ash Williams show. You're doing it twice a week
twice
now.
a week.
Very good. Fired up.
Fired up,
And,
yeah, download it free. It's free. So
And you've got updates on Mike from Maths, do you, on the next
yeah,
episode?
Mike's blocked me on social media. It's a fucking idiot.
Any other teas? We don't normally do teasers, but what's
Well-
another tease? Or is that all you got?
That's all I got.
It's fucking great.
Nick from Married at First Sight wants to come on my pod. That's about it.
Okay.
No one's going to care about these people in a
Our
week.
mate Scott Pape, did he block
Scott
you?
Pape?
Did
You know
he?
Scott Pape?
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
he?
we work with Scott.
Do you?
Yeah. Did he block you once?
Yeah. But he didn't think that he blocked me. So then,
Oh, he knew.
did he know?
I reckon.
That's what he got?
I don't know. You don't think? Well,
Fuck,
you
I
don't
don't know, mate. I
accidentally fucking block.
You know when you've
I know
blocked
his
someone,
wife, right? So I called his wife and said, listen, I want to do a thing with Papey for my comedy show, but he's blocked me on Twitter. Can you tell him to unblock me and please apologise? And she's like, oh, that's strange. I don't think he would have blocked you. She calls me back going, Scott can't remember blocking you.
Yeah.
And he wants to work. He wants to do it. So that was the end of that.
Did you get your mate Ben involved as well?
Ben
on that?
Fordham actually then came on board a different way and called Papey because Papey didn't
Okay.
really come on board. And then
sure.
Benny Fordham called Papey. And I barely even knew Ben Fordham then. I'd
Really?
never met Ben Fordham.
We can be your your line into Papey if you need. all right?
Liaison
I'm good with
officer?
Papey, yeah.
For
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. He loves Dunlop pillows. Loves Dunlop.
Oh, that's the one he spruiks in
Yeah,
the
I'm
book.
not into.
Buy
I'm not
yourself
into-
an expensive pillow because it lasts a
It's
while.
weird. He's got like 2 pages on these Dunlop pillows in his book. It's like, mate.
What's your brand of choice?
I'll just say it. Spinalese. Spinaleze.com.au. Use the code. It's Ash. What is it? No, AW. It's going to be
Hey,
Actually, I don't
Ash
remember the code.
Williams.
But
You hope it's live when this goes live. Otherwise,
no, actually, just don't.
We'll cut that.
No, cut it out. Cut it out.
It's a daily talk show.
one more thing.
Okay,
Sorry,
geez.
we got Jules Lund, who it's like a.
Is your ass numb? These are
I'm
fucking
gonna
hard.
book an Uber. I'm really late. Yeah.
He's got a catchphrase. Well, it wasn't really a catchphrase. It was just a phrase that he said a lot on Getaway. And so we got him to do it, which we will load into the soundboard here. So we need yours, which is the fired up. So we need you to just record a nice, clear, succuct fired up.
Yeah,
Sure.
You looked at the mixer. Please don't touch the.
No, I won't touch anything. But
Just,
I'm just realised I'm really, really late.
Okay, just quickly.
What do you want?
The fired up, the Ash Williams.
You just want I'm fired up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll do.
And I am fired up.
Very good.
Amazing.
Ash Williams, enjoy your tennis, mate.
Thanks,
it's
buddy.
Daily Talk Show. Hi at thedailytalkshow.com if you want to send us an email. Elizabeth, please email us and we'll get in contact to
She's
Ash
very
and-
beautiful.
Okay, great. 2000 US. Have
That's
a good one,
also
guys.
her Instagram, Elizabeth 2000.
See you guys.
Catch ya.